What's up? Why is that so foggy? Oh, right, we'll see. It's a little smoky in here. I'll show you why, which is what this video is going to be. Man, I took a shower. My hair is just awful. Anyhow. Yeah, I did it again. I do this like weekly, by the way. I cook an awful lot, so I constantly have to clean here and there and all of this and all that and all this and all this. So yeah, it's basically constant. What we're going to be using is my favorite, my Super Clean. So we did a giveaway, and only one person commented on the video, so they won by default, I guess. And I commented on their stuff. They don't have an email that I could get, so they've never responded, so I guess I'm just going to have to contact the company and see if we can do it again. Or not, I guess that works too. Anyhow, that's what we're doing. Right now, I'm in the middle of cleaning everything, so it's a disaster. But, that smells good. So we got chuck roast with onion and a bunch of seasoning, and I'm going to add some potatoes and stuff later. Anyhow, look, I got the table all nice and clean. And now I've got 10 billion dishes, some of which I just made, some of which this 5 children decided to, good grief. Couldn't get the lid off. This time we're going to actually let it sit too. Now we'll let it sit. Don't breathe that stuff in. It is harsh on the lungs. Anyhow, so I know it's not the best carpentry work, but I worked with what I had, and basically I have no tools. I have my pocket knife. So I made a wooden cover for the metal lid on this terrarium. It's doing well. I used, you can tell, 2 different stains. And the super glue areas do not absorb stain, by the way. So that is all red mahogany stain, and this is a walnut. And it didn't need to be perfect for my reasons. We got the little tank going. I'm actually going to block this. It's getting too much direct sunlight, I think. So we're going to block that off or move it. My lovely Christmas cactus, which used to be over twice this size, and Sara killed it. This is called a goldfish plant or a candy corn plant. Oh, there's some of them. There's some of the flowers. Those are a little dead, but they're bright orange. And they look kind of like goldfish. It's a really cool plant. Let's see how far along this stuff is. Anyhow, it's a really cool plant. The customer gave it to me. It's coming up easier. I tried to scrape it earlier like this. This stuff really got cooked on. So I'm going to let it soak for a bit. And then we'll see what's going on. I have my fan set up, if you saw that, blowing out the door because it was that smoky in here. I seared the meat and I had a little bit too much oil. And the oil smoked up, and yeah. So, the fishy tank. We have some Java moss in there. Now, we've got our other plants. I can't remember the name of them. Then our little grasses. Got another little plant popping up next to that one. Then I've got some, it doesn't look like it's doing well, but I pulled a plant out of a creek. But the moss looks kind of dead and ugly, especially in this video. You guys can't tell with that blue light behind it. But there's plenty of green. It'll take off and grow, and the plan is for it to overtake all this hardscape, the rocks and stuff, and I'm going to adjust things as we go. I did clean the filter. It still needs a filter. It needs a lot more plant life to sustain life. However, oh, there he is. I was missing a goldfish. He's the only fish in there. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. It's raining and miserable, and I've got my 3 kids who are out of school this week. So, fun. Try to keep 3 kids entertained when it's raining and cold. And there's nowhere out to go. Because everywhere you want to go costs a ton of money. Which we don't have a ton of money. I have enough money. I keep my bills paid. We can do some fun things. We ain't spending $100 to go to an arcade. Yeah, it literally costs that much because the arcade is also the like trampoline park, which is insanely expensive. Fun place, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's expensive. So maybe next time I'm there, I'll ask them for a discount. I do their pest control service, so yeah, couldn't hurt. They also sell Wagyu beef there, which I'm going to look into getting some eventually one day. If you guys want to donate towards that cause, check out my PayPal link. Because I would love to cook a Wagyu. I'd have to really make a good video to do that, though. If anyone donated for me to get a Wagyu steak, I would have to make, like, I would need a cameraman. I would probably call my boss, actually. He's a great cameraman. And have him help me out. Because that'd be wild. I could buy one. I got the money to get one. And it was $120, I think, for the one I was looking at. So that was an A5. One steak, and it wasn't very big. Alright guys, I'm going to hop off and get to cleaning because that needs done. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, let it soak for a few minutes. Some spots are still a little sticky. I don't think we get lunch. I don't know. I think it's just right to abuse children and not give them lunch, right? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be done? I don't know. Clean it if it's dirty. Children who don't clean don't get to eat lunch. We got a little on the edge there. There you go. There's a couple paper towels here.
Where do I put this measuring? I know it's under here.
Yeah, the measuring cup goes under there with the pots and pans. That stuff works so good. I should have done that the first time I did the demonstration. Actually let it soak so that it cleaned all that junk off that was on there. I tried scraping it with the scraper, it didn't come off while it was
That's
dry.
nasty.
And then I tried spraying it, letting it soak for 30 seconds and scraping it, and it didn't work. So I gave it about 3 minutes. Whoop, right off. That's the way it's supposed to work. Super clean. I still have to scrub a little, but some of that stuff was really cooked on there, and that made my life 1,000 times easier just spraying that on. So I'll get most of the big stuff up. Get all that junk. And for that little bits of stuff, I'll just respray. Let it soak. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one. That's under the burner.
Nope. I'm going.
Polishes off pretty easy. Stuff that's still wet, eaten. Alright, we'll spray that, clean it, and I'll show the stove and all this. And don't worry, I pulled the stove out and cleaned behind it too. Sides of my stove, all this. I take these off, I clean those. Inside, the glass, everything. What?
Well, we have to come behind it.
Behind the stove?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't clean behind the stove, Danny?
I don't know.
All the gunk builds back there. You got grease running, you got nastiness, you got crumbs, you got stuff that got kicked underneath it. Look, I work in pest control, so I'm a little picky about my kitchen. Because do you know how many refrigerators and stoves I pull out? And cockroaches rain out of them, and they're feeding on all that grease and crumbs and
Thousands.
Yeah, millions of cockroaches. I had probably 5,000 pour out of a cabinet like that when I opened it. It was a nightmare. It was definitely the worst roach unit I've ever seen. It was horrifying, and yeah, there were millions. I'm telling you, I opened a cabinet. The top had like on the roof of the cabinet. I had to look underneath, and it was that thick, live, crawling upside down on the ceiling. The walls covered, the floor just waterfalled out at me. Luckily, the property manager was with me, saw the conditions that we've been fighting for over a year. the people were evicted the next day. So, don't live gross. By the way, it wasn't the people's, like, they were, it's not like they were infested with cockroaches for no reason. They were gross, destroyed the property, tore up the doors, tore up the sinks, tore up the bathrooms, just destroyed the unit. And were full of cockroaches. Anyhow, we'll be back. What's up? Apparently, it's been brought to my attention that I'm a little wiry today. Or manic or something. I don't know. Anyhow, so we got a lot done. Didn't finish absolutely everything, but, you know. The stove is clean. Okay, I didn't clean that off, but, you know, that's just charred.
It's good enough.
But I got all that gunk off. All the gunk under there. All the gunk under there. All the gunk up there. All the gunk up there. All the gunk over here. Ignore the smudges. That happens. Pulled the stove out. In fact, I'll show you. My fan fell over. Clean behind your stove. I even wiped down the walls and the trim and everything. I got most of the cobwebs out. There's still one hanging right there. It'll be fine. There were toys and crumbs and normal things. Clean behind your frickin' stove. Then the cockroaches won't come and eat it. Don't get cockroaches. Whoops. Shit. Pinch my gas line. Don't want to do that. It's supposed to lock into that metal thing you saw. Yeah, well, it's good enough for right now. And you get, those are little potatoes, by the way. So we got dinner going. It smells amazing. Tasted the broth. Tastes amazing. Meat is still tough. Table's clean. Fan fell over. Fan's pretty much done. I just kind of had it in here circulating air. We got the laundry done. We got the room clean. The kids cleaned the room. Look at that. I didn't even have to argue with them. It was great. So it's been a good day. I got a lot done. Did a lot of crazy stuff. Couldn't go outside, so got a little stir crazy. Why is my camera so blurry? It's not focusing well. Don't have enough light. There, that's better. I also just need a better camera. I have to use my cell phone for everything. Hi, honey. You want to be on camera? She didn't like the camera.
I'm a dinosaur.
Oh, and my daughter just learned today that you sound different to yourself when you've been recorded. So when you play a video that you've been in, your voice sounds totally different. She just figured that out, and she thinks she sounds annoying.
I am.
I agree, but I love you. All right, everyone, that's all we got. We're gonna hop off. We're gonna play Zelda. Da-ding, Zelda. Boy on the phone. They're allowed to play on their electronics. They did good work today. We shampooed the carpet. Mostly, I mean, I spot shampooed where those spots are. It's still wet. And the dog's been good. He's getting fat. Look at that fatty.
He's not fat.
My table's a disaster. I know. I didn't finish cleaning that. There's games and amiibos and honey and candy jars and stuff.
I'm trying to.
And then we got a pupper dog. Say hi, Nugget.
Nugget can't say hi.
Hi. Say hi. He says hello.
And throw the ball.
Say yes. Yes.
Wait.
I'm definitely not using a lure. All right. See you guys later. Have fun.